days we shall not place our festive pleasure. Remember battlefield. We are prepared for this.
I can feel it. A dark presence in my domain. Ah! It's them! The villains who would sow chaos in my perfect paradise! Keep them away from me! I command you! Keep them away!
Long live Lord Vor-3.
He would use his own people as shields.
This area is older than Gatetown. There are bound to be far more civilians under Vor-3's control. But they do not act of their own free will, and we must not harm them.
As if we ever would. Press on with Alphinaud. We'll hold off the civilians and join you as soon as we can.
May the 12 guide you.
Later.
Show's over. I'll break your funny bone. Gift for you. I'll break your funny bone. You think this is funny?
You will find my master in his chamber. But only should you kill me this day. And you will not. You may think me under his spell, but I uphold Lord Vorthry's ideals of my own volition. Man is an inherently flawed creature. In his vain pursuit of righteousness, he but sows the seeds of future conflict. Thus have I chosen to place my hopes upon he who has transcended men, upon he who is unbound by the vagaries of conscience. But enough talk. I am a soldier, and you are my enemy. Come, let us settle this once and for all.
It's a beautiful undone. The moment I can some boundary otherwise engaged. Let's have it.
Lord Vorthri! Your reign of tyranny is at an end! For too long you have preyed upon the desperation of the poor. Now you will answer for the suffering you have caused! And if you harbor even a shred of remorse, I beseech you to use your powers to redress the balance. For the future of all in Norvrant.
No, it can't be. This is wrong. It's wrong. The Warden, it's not just a Sin Eater. It's a man.
Remorse? For the future of all? What nonsense is this? There is no justice but mine. No future but mine. No will but mine. It is preordained. I was born to deliver this wretched world. Me? Unseated? No. It's impossible. Inconceivable. Absurd. I am a great and wise king. Greatest and wisest. I reign from on high. I will not be brought low by maggots like you! Ah! Oh, yes. Of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
Oh, God. No. Stop him! Thancred, stop him!
Where did he go? What in the heavens?
Did Vorthri do that?
Wait! That is Mount Gulg, the highest peak in Calusia. It lies on the other side of a sheer cliff, and much as I wish it were otherwise, it is beyond our reach for now. But even if it weren't, there are people here who need our help.
Oh, Alphinaud.
Please, even if it's only to tend to their wounds. Thank you.
I don't know if it will work, but if Vorthri's hold over the people is rooted in light, I might be able to reverse its effects. Will you let me try?
Of course. We'd be grateful for any help you can provide.
Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work. I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Yulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vorthree is a sin-eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vorthree's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vorthree's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vorthree.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vorthree has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. But after the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vorthree took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a Talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos?
Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
You can't.
No, that's not what I... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
The latitude, Swedish to the north. Ooh, a different type of Talos. But Black Vein. See, I found Steam good repair. I have prepared the activation as we speak. With our keen knowledge, we serve as his assistant and we serve really good with either. Meanwhile, then the letter itself, upon vain neglect. Without our willing, we would prevail upon 3 procured lumber. Again, you'll find it is rise up. If you don't have a coin, at least measured hours each count instead. Now for some number lying about the hour, mostly stamped with the storehouse police, Yeskiri in the north. Taking stock of Roman, are you? Well, last I counted, there had 68 blanks in the storehouse here. 9 of those were rotten blue, and usual. Another load just arrived. 13 blanks all told, but 1 damage. It's only good for kindling now. Right then, bring the good ones here, and sure let Ivan know well as well. How many planks does that make now? Numbers anyways, right? So you can figure it out. I'm not coming. We're now able to go to land. Wow, just to keep owning the material, but eager corporation. Besides, their structure speech shall barely be after next time. Let that be without struggle. What method do I give this myself sentimental roosting? Many more pressing concerns demand our attention, not at least of which or how we might reach the mountain. We tax the land as it is. For the present, it appears we have a matter. Your welfare. Take the time, it's easy.
Would you look at that? The citizens of Yulmore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible? Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them. Crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones, a difficult feat to achieve. But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it. Ah, the vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying? Well, rest assured that if your heart could be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarant. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this. Never mind. The point is, The world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the Source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal, a complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. Ah, there was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the Exarch? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl? What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
I never doubted you for a moment.
It's alive. I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood. Knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. Solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Emet-Selch. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that. Especially not eternity.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else. That's the spirit. Come on, then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure. We ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears. No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey and our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
Yeah, this should arrive in on. Up an ally bringer, come up here, continue to see. Village driving over the northeast. So there it is. Yes, 2 decades without ladder is operating. I would not be surprised if such settlement had long since been abandoned. No why, but was before I spied someone leave it into heading in our direction while we were trying to remain unseen. Whoever this mystery person is, they should still be out there. Go on, take a look like Bruno. the village we inhabit. It's a good spot to hide. It's only the flying ones can. But definitely living here. They are doing a rather poor job of it. Anything we should be seeing. They aren't you the ones who saved my life? You're Tristo, the artist from Elmore. You remember, since we parted ways, I was worried about the scene. Never did I imagine that we'd meet again and hear our places. We could say the same thing to you, my friend. Well, I'm glad to see you hail from a hole. Tell me, what is this village? This is Amethyst, a settlement made up for those who survived being exiled from Ilmor. I was wandering in the wilds and I chanced to cross paths with the inhabitant of these parts. He took me through the secret tunnel which led to the top of the bright cliff. I've been ever his my life hard. We did any rate until we broke away from the earth. The Stalungala started moving out. You fear whoever is coming up threatens your life. Aye, so I see now that no cause for concern, but you fear. Watches the scene and he fled to the Mongol. Strange still, but I have no reason to doubt your word. Are you in my life? If there's anything I can do to help, you can stay and work. Most welcome to the spoon. Crystal. To begin, we request your people's permission to return to the area. And if you are from Vulture, we must find a way to reach Mongol. Of course, you hardly need your own permission to be here. I will tell the others about you and your... Now, we haven't much to offer personally, but the village is at your disposal. Yet another heartless soul of an made his days on the mortal danger. Something never changed. At any rate, it's mine to linger. While they bring in the night will scout the area. Oh, very well, then just After I heard this, let's sit out so we can come on the ground, go east. And I would do this. Just put the button. Make a note. See how much it.
You're a sight for sore eyes. I don't know about you, but I bumped into quite a few Sin Eaters out there. You too, then. It seems the closer we get to Mount Gulg, the more of them there are. Looks a lot bigger from here, doesn't it? If I were Vorthri, the first thing I'd do is surround myself with as many Sin Eaters as I could lay my hands on. And judging by the number we've already faced, his lordship is of the same mind. This is going to be a tough climb. But first things first. We need to determine if climbing is even an option. The more Y'shtola is right to be worried. But flying may be our only choice after all.
There you are. Master Alphinaud was afeard you had met with some misfortune.
Urianger. And you too, Exarch. What brings you here?
I wish to observe the final struggle with my own eyes. I arrived at Bottom Rung too late to accompany you, but I was in time to join Urianger and the others. Come, let us see how this unfolds.
Well, it seems flying is off the table.
If we have learned that much, then the Machina have served their purpose.
Ah, so that's what they were for. Wasteful, but effective.
It would seem our foe will not be reached by land or air. We must needs withdraw to consider another course. Master Alphinaud waiteth for us at Top Rung. Thither should we make our way.
Anyway, it's time to cut down a little obstacles, find a way to be stronger. this, we'll need to put our heads together.
In short, there's no path, and the sky is thick with Vorthry's winged devils.
We might consider Amaro, but without extensive training, we cannot hope to contend with the Eaters. Yulmore's airship fleet, meanwhile, consists solely of transport vessels ill-suited for battle. And without the expertise of one such as Cid, we are in no position to attempt to refit.
Oh, it's so frustrating! That wretched mountain should jolly well come back down to us!
Now, dearest, we mustn't disturb these good people at their work. We've ridden the ladder and seen the sights. It's past time we took our leave.
The lady may well have the right of it. Mount Gulg will not soon come down to Earth, nor can we compel it to do so. But if the mountain will not come to the land, mayhap the land may be made to come to the mountain. In the form of a Talos. A Talos large enough to reach out and take the volcano in its grasp.
To build such a golem would be an onerous undertaking indeed, yet the principle seemeth sound in itself.
Balderdash! No one has ever made one even half that size. Leaving aside the small matter of logistics, which, by the way, would be no small matter, the design would be unimaginably complex. Though, I suppose, if its only function is to cling to the ruddy mountain, perhaps it needn't be. Solid base, firmly rooted to the ground, sacrifice mobility to simplify the construction, reducing materials required. Wait, what am I thinking? We would still need a veritable army of people to do the work. Left to the crew that helped down below, it would take decades, if not a nice round century.
So we need more hands? And what sort of things would these hands be required to do?
Well, let's see. First, we need people to procure the stone for the chassis. The rock found near the mountain would suit our purposes well enough. It'd be a simple task to quarry the stuff, but given the stupendous quantity required, we'd need all the help we can get.
We have friends amongst the miners of Armoreng. I will go and petition their aid.
While you do that, I'll make for Mordsuk. I'm sure I'll be able to drum up some support.
Then I shall return to Calusia. From fishers to carpenters, Yulmore is home to all manner of talented folk. I dare say their skills will avail us.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, yes, actually. Magic. Lots of the stuff, as much as possible. To awaken a Talos of this size would require an entire congregation of mages.
Many among the Knights Blessed are gifted in the arcane arts. I will recruit them to our cause.
The Fey folk, too, possess surpassing aptitude in magics. Yet they are not wont to cooperate in the endeavors of men. Leastwise, not without making all manner of mischief. That being the case, I would instead call upon the people of the Crystarium, with thy permission, Exarch.
We are at your disposal, as are our Amaro and Chocobos.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me you can call on not only the people of Yulmore and the Crystarium, but the Knights Blessed and the Mord, and even those miners? But that's just about everyone in Ballynorvrand. Who are you people? And how did you come to have so many friends?
Oh, dearest, have you forgotten already? Alfino told us that when we first met.
Actually, that may not have been... never mind.
So, as you can see, you will not want for bodies. I trust you will have your design ready in good time for their arrival. Norvrant is counting on you, heir to Daedalus Stoneworks.
We'll be back as soon as we can, and we'll bring the whole world with us.
I take it we will be assisting Master Chai, though I am quite sure he has everything under control.
Says that she even understand what involves and to design everything. I need immediate knowledge of the land, of the locals. Like for her, no one lives here. A village of the more exiled. But those people have every reason to know to be citizens. They couldn't possibly willing to cooperate. This will never work, never. Never should the text of Robbie left. Never should not here, never should have, never should. I bring the cleverest man I know, and he's responsible. If you give him some words, when you get advice, I learned this from his mother. He's responsible of his ways. You need to find another way to stop the fires of his motivation and waking success. You must lift the skills of the victim. I can't do it, no one can. Dollars multiplies, no one dream of. After all wants to struggle to collect firewood. Julie is counting on you as well. You're a genius, you can do this. That's correct. He did, but he's such a capable lad. Bring him with confidence. It will come. Some misgiving. Regardless of my own feelings, I can't do a goddamn thing without help from others. Villagers better like to give it up. Crystal among them. You said you for yourself, like forgotten to send him to his death. Even the others were. Come with you, don't worry, he'll forgive you for sure. Things won't improve by themselves. You have to take the first step. That's too direct. I know. Let's take the first step, and then we can. This is a chance for everyone to come together. The stone and a half what apologize. But then we have this a question of forgiveness, build this question possible, no amount of contribution. even the miracle people are. Oh god. Good. Change that comes to Amor. That is the many would call absurd. No one would doubt your plan. Just thought the very castle was so strange. What strategy did it absurd? You succeeded not in spite of because of it. Your own strategy is likewise finishing absurd, but maybe this maybe stands to better justice perspective. But that is made, risk considered should be time to fail. Aye, for a moment we fail, which Father only succeed in provoking him fury. Meanwhile, unless the hordes of eaters out of that, I assure you, I'm afraid I cannot comprehend. They could, I would never. Nonetheless, I appreciate your earnest attempt to find this solution. Maybe they. The more dangerous, I want you to wait and back no more. But if you decide you're not the only one who will go up, without telling me you have to know if I can keep it safe. Let's just try that you're the best without who you envision ahead, and which man can envision, he can make reality. Thus is some old friend of mine was. Even should it be divine, sometimes if something has to be done before, then you're most assured it can be done again by your own words. Literally idealistic, don't you think? Perhaps Master Chai, perhaps, but it's a man, it's not an idealistic creature. Not easy thing to achieve one's dream. My friends can attest to that countless times. Did they meet with frustration? Of course they ever. No one would have found fault with them. They had given up. Yet they never did. One step after the next, they forged towards their goal. And the determination they accomplished numerous feats that many believes beyond the reach of mankind. Like them, men of science. Possible. You shall be, my dear. I will be known that by side great masterpiece await you. By then, Summon. I'm glad my words struck a chord, shall we? You have every right to be angry with us, but please listen to me what I have to say. I'm tasked with delivering these people to Mount Gold by means of halos of therefore unseen proportion. However, I cannot do without the cooperation of those with immediate knowledge of this land, that is, you and your fellow villagers. Cooperation, after you ignore my desperate pleas and cast me out, you have the gall to come here. You have a right to be upset, Valkyrie. None other to blame your suffering, we are. Without care in the world, indifference from the hardship of others, we didn't know some of you, and frankly we didn't care. We know that we did you, full many, was wrong, terrible wrong. No words will suffice to make amends, but I want to know that we are deeply sorry. I should forgive you, hate you, perhaps even the judge. After all, I saw this place in your city, and I wanted to be you. But one thing is clear to me, they're all in the past, and we must let the past wrong a bright future. This year, facing the goal. Put the work to design at once. When you do show realism. Make no mistake, this venture is represented in the history of Talos building, history of all mankind. But for sure, defeated. See, I promised people to procure the stone as well and deal with magic. And I must have put in a spot early. I thought it was all we required. But I forgot about one rather important item needed for Talos' life. The heart. That's right, the heart. Pleased to see you have some familiarity with Talos. So, while I work in design, I myself would like if you could see preparing ore in which to fashion a heart. The heart filled with to bring life to Talos shall embrace permanent. With my dear Talos heart, I know people who may be of service to you. They are called dwarven families, all minds of the land. No one knows about what they are. To explain this situation, I'm sure they will be able to incorporate indeed. Okay. You'll find the trolls in the village. North is the place called Coma. Look at him with a hardy hole. You need to join new library that you should keep in mind. I have to provide you some manner. Oh, I'll leave the heart take too. Perhaps the line taking ore, which is designed to you by your return. This is Soma. A cute little wolf. I like the outfit. Not be in presence so many. Like ho. Sorry, excuse for greeting was that where you're so hard. Come, let's try that again. Not bad, not bad. There's room for improvement. So, the common courtesy, who are you? Accommodation for the biz and enemy. You have come to seek the aid of the Troll family. You may speak with Chief Zeppelin. Why, yes, you may. I am Zeppelin. Please be welcome to Soma. It is the folk of Emily that we sent you here. You must have quite a tale to tell. Let's hear it. Well, and there's I thought those below had no fight left in them. Having said that, it's not like we know how to deal with the floating volcanics. All them leaders either. You're serious about restoring peace to these parts, so we're glad to lend you a hand. However, a kind of order you seek is precious to us, too. And if you have it only for you to bundle things up into a abundance, like the amount of ale we wash away charging. First, I need to make sure you're worthy of needs of trial. A trial most strictly this rascal's role. And what is this trial? Come in my hand, I'll tell you all. Mining like things across Pennsylvania. So we're coming to age, each of us must prove our readiness to mine. This is we do undertaking a trial. Test the 3. Preparing to necessary on 3D mining running. Now look for my round. It's a feature well. You'll be giving a slingshot and you must use it to shoot at the wood. Let's wear a helmet. Who quotes as wear helmets are different. I already made a necessary arrangement when you're ready to. This helmet is green with feathers. 2 feathers. Just mention is where you go hooked up and what. Sure you've been told 3D mining run. You must screenshot. You want to run the wrong helmet. Vanish. Search for the drug. Okay. Aye, that's the way. Next time they try to. Sit there, make it feel, look carefully. Slide. That you really marvelous. Come on. Don't you say hello? Who are you then? What? You got something to say to me? Oh, you know our greeting. Man, can you do better than that? Heads up. I thought, no need to be shy. Not being shy, I'm stoic. Oh dear, you say so. Now worry. Is everything else alright? You seem a look or something. That's my hammer. What? That's an impossible kind of foolish. Emma has been in a family for generations. Priceless, heirloom. Once belonged to the woods. Blacksmith and legend of itself. What are you standing around, boy? Find the hammer. We'll do what we can to help. You have a chat with some of the village maybe ask them. Did you know Kalusha reaches sulfur while we're being mining and stuff? Every so often, self-surveillance use a false earthseed, a rare war secret magic. Time was we used to refine earthseed into this, but the technique's been lost. The stuff is still out there. We had though provided you where you look, no matter. Problem is the site occupied by the age-old rival folk. We saw strange places there and refused. Won't be stopped. Have to go on forever, the homie. That there's room forever to go. That's the spirit now. Help you find a way. I'll do it. I'll go with them. But I didn't know why. I think the Light Warden is hiding up there. Big Volusia, no in the world can. If I can be. It's healed from my little lab. It seems so simple. He's there for young he is. He's one of the biggest finest men alive. Okay.
Goodbye.